That one goes in the dirt. Good block behind the plate by Gray Jones to keep it out in front of him. Keep Hocutt at first, or Hilton at first. My apologies. And we'll get a timeout as they go out to talk to Jake Lowry here. As after he walked William Hilton, he's thrown the first two in the dirt to Hocutt to start things off to make it 2-0. And you see Hocutt going down to talk to Coach Smith. So losing the strike zone here as Coach Mathis makes his way out to the mound here. We might get a pitching change, being the second time out of the inning. And you'll see him take the ball from Jake Lowry, and I believe they're going to bring in, looks like Luke's going to come in, the brother, in relief. So he'll warm up while he gets ready. We'll have two on base with one down, and Luke Lowry coming into the game in relief of the brother Jake. And welcome back. Here's Luke Lowry on the mound in relief. Got the win in game one. Went 4 innings in that one. And throws the first one outside to Liam Anderson coming to the plate here. We've got 2 on and 1 out here in the top of the third. Liam Anderson up here, grounded out to second his first time up. Second pitch from Luke Lowry outside, and it's 2-0. So William Hilton, after the pop-up to short by Jackson Kennedy, walked in 5 pitches. Liam Hocutt walked in 4. And Coach Mathis said he saw enough out of Jake and brought Luke Lowry into the game, and now he's behind 2-0. Throws one over the plate with a breaking ball, and Anderson out in front of it, but fouls it over towards the third base dugout. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here on the 6-6 designated hitter. And Luke Lowry coming into the contest with a 2.49 ERA and 9 appearances on the year. He's 6-1. Throws that hit out towards short, backhanded by Neal. Can Neal outrun everybody to third and then coming off almost. Good job by Hilton to stay on the bag. And it'll be an infield hit by Liam Anderson to load him up for Brady Reed. So the third baseman now coming up to the plate. Walked his first time up and came around to score the first run of the ball game for Calvary in the second. On the throw over to third by Gray Jones, it went out into left field. Right now that's 3 consecutive Knights have reached base here with 1 down in the third inning, and they've got the bases loaded for Brady Reed here. No hits, no official at-bats in the ball game as he's walked. And it looks like the umpire thought about calling that one but said it was outside. And from our angle, it looks like it was, so a 1-0 count now. 1 ball, no strikes to the Calvary third baseman here is Luke Lowry trying to find the strike zone. Gets it that time and fouled out of play. And it's now a 1-1 count. Big one right here, Luke Lowry, hoping to either get a pop-up or a quick, fast ground ball to get a double play, as he does not want to allow another run to come in, as you've got William Hilton just 90 feet away from giving Calvary the lead. Outside corner for a strike, and he's now ahead of the count 1-2. So Brady Reed stays in the box here, down 1-2. Time to protect the plate here with the bases loaded. You just want to put one in play. And he does. He hits it out to left field. Harrison Baker under it. Hilton tagging, taking off for home, running home, cut off by Lowry, and it's not going to be in time. And it's going to be a sacrifice fly and an RBI by Brady Reed to make it 3-2 Calvary. So they take the lead here in the third inning. Still 2 on base and 2 down. Jay Smith will come to the plate now with a base hit now out in left field. Got a run scored. He scored the second run of the ball game for Calvary. Had that big base hit in the second inning that put 2 on with nobody out. And he'll step to the plate 1 for 1. And now want to get past Gray Jones and go to the backstop, and that'll move both runners up. A lot of height on the base paths right now. You've got Liam Hocutt about 6'5" over at third base. Liam Anderson at 6'6" out at second. And both of them move into scoring position, so another base hit by Jay Smith can really do some damage in favor of the Knights here in the third inning. Hit up the middle that time, stabbed by Luke Lowry. Good play as he flips it over to first for the 1-3 put out to end it, but not before Calvary puts one on the board. They get a run and a hit. No errors, 2 left on base. We'll head to the bottom half of the third. It's 3-2 Knights on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Trucks and more trucks. Check them all out at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Truck Month means huge selection and savings on all GMC 1500s and 2500 HDs. Just look at the selection with great finance rates from 2.9%. Plus giant discounts on GMC Canyon Elevation, AT4s, and Denali's.
We've got your new ride ready to roll here at Glenn Smith.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Carol Perdue in Phoenix City today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
And welcome back, everybody. It's the bottom of the third here on the NAI G2 Game of the Week. I'd like to again thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Houston Clinic, and Mike Hostelo for helping us bring these ball games to you guys while you watch from home, at work, or wherever you're at. By the pool probably today as we're about in the 80s. Beautiful day, though. And hit out to right field by Gray Jones. Nate Osborne running over towards the line, gets under it, makes the grab. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here in the bottom of the third. 1, 2, 3 up. We're at the top of the order for the Brookstone Cougars, and that'll bring up Brennan Neal now. Neal flew out to right field his first time up after what was a miscommunication by the umpire. Had a bit of a pitch comms issue by Jackson Kennedy, who then I guess tried to signal that he was kind of lost his pitch comm a little bit there, and then they tried to get an appeal on a bunt attempt by Neal, and the umpire thought they were saying intentional walk, so finally they brought Neal back to the plate. He flew out to right field, so 0 for 1 in the ball game. Squares around this time as well, and it's a ball low to make it 1-0. So Wilkinson right now unable to do so in the second inning, trying to get a shutdown inning here in the third after Calvary takes the lead again in the top half. Outside to make it 2-0. You see Brady Reed playing in on the grass at third, takes a couple steps back here. And coming back in. And outside again. And it seems like Wilkinson just unable to throw it to the bat with Brennan Neal squaring around. So 3 balls, no strike. To the Brookstone shortstop, squares around again. This time pulls it back, and it's going to be on the outside corner to make it 3 balls and 1 strike. So 3-1 count now to Brennan Neal. Got a little bit of communication going on out there between Wilkinson and Hocutt. And Wilkinson's going to play back, Hocutt, and then it's going to be a ball outside and low. So a 5-pitch walk to Brennan Neal. And he'll reach first base now with 1 out. Now to bring Jake Lowry to the plate. Grounded out to third his first time up in the first inning. So 0 for 1 in the ball game. As Braxton Wilkinson will move to the stretch here. And Neal, aggressive on the base pass, quick. Let's see when he plans to take off. Not quite out as he moves towards an average lead over at first base, and the throw over to first is in plenty of time. First pitch to Lowry is a little bit high and outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. As Jake Lowry hitting out of the 3-hole. That one's going to be a little bit high and inside, I believe, for a ball to make it 2 balls, no strikes. To the Brookstone third baseman, I apologize, as he came in, started the game on the mound, move over to third base as Luke Lowry came on in relief in the top half of the inning. Another throw over to first. Neal back in plenty of time. And another throw over there to make sure Neal stays close to the bag. And really don't want to, if you're Wilkinson, lose sight of what's at the bat. And that one gets passed away from the glove of Jackson Kennedy to the backstop. So all that over to first base for really no reason. Again, losing sight of what's going on at the plate. When you start worrying about what's on base, you're going to end up screwing up, and a little bit of that one on that one as they went to the backstop. And it's now a 3-0 count on the Brookstone third baseman. And that moves Neal into scoring position with 1 out. One of the things we've noticed so far this year in the high school level, a lot of throws over to first and really nothing doing coming out of it. This one a throw back to second. And out of the last, 3 throws by Wilkinson, or 4 throws, 3 of them have been to the bag instead of the plate. And inside corner for a strike to make it a 3-1 count now. First strike to Lowry. Let's see if Wilkinson can try and work himself back in here after being down 3-0. Or if Lowry can try to pounce on one if he finds one in his zone here with a 3-1 count. And he hits that one out towards center field. Under it, going back is Ellison. Makes the grab, taking off at third is Neal. He'll come in there easily as the throw gets to Cam Carter on the edge of the grass, and that makes 2 down. Here in the bottom of the third, now to bring Harrison Baker up to the plate, who led off the second inning with a base hit to center field. A little bit of a Texas leaguer, but he got jammed on that one, in the strength of Baker helped get the ball into the outfield where it dropped in between Cam Carter and Trip Ellison in the grass. Came around to score the first run of the ball game for Brookstone later on in the second inning. So looking to drive in one here with Neal just 90 feet away from tying the ball game up. Breaking ball, hit up in the air. Brady Reed calling everybody off, grabs it for the third out of the inning. And that'll do it here. No runs scored by Brookstone as they leave Brennan Neal over at third base. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. We head to the 4th. It's still 3-2 Calvary on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeHostelowLawFirm.com. Hostelow, car wreck. Car wreck, Hostelow.
Real recognize real. Real taste, unmistakably Sprite. Real refreshment, crisp lemon lime. You see it and answer the thirst, but never thirsty. Sprite, the clear favorite.
Listen up. This isn't some fast food nonsense. Our kitchen runs full tilt because shortcuts, not our thing. Those jar desserts, made by hand. Our cayenne ranch doesn't make itself. Our tenders are real tenderloin. Not like the other guys. Nope. We put the work in early. We brine. We buttermilk. We hand bread. Our cooked-to-order tenderloins rule the roost. It's real. Handmade.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet.
Truck Month is now at Glenn Smith in Opelika. We've got fresh new Silverado 1500s and 2500 HDs arriving daily. Plus, you'll get 0% financing on Silverado 1500s right now. Drive Chevy Equinox models from 3.9 financing. But wait, that's not all.
Enjoy no payments for 90 days.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
And welcome back, everybody. It's the fourth inning, top of the fourth on the NAIG2 game of the week here at Brookstone. Here at A. Ilges Field, we're in the the quarterfinals, going to the semis. The winner of this ball game in the best of three series, they split the first two. And right now, Calvary with the 3-2 lead. You've got Luke Lowry on the mound, who came on in relief in the third inning. And Braxton Wilkinson, the pitcher for Calvary, at the plate. 9-1-2 due up this inning for the Knights. First pitch to Wilkinson is low and outside for a ball. Wilkinson, no official at-bats here on the ball game, as he had a sacrifice bunt in the second when there was 2 on and nobody out that inning. Both of those came around to score to make it a 2-0 ball game in favor of the Knights, where Brookstone subsequently tied it up in the bottom half, and then Calvary came back in the third to get another one to make it 3-2, and that's where we're at here with a 2-0 count to Wilkinson. And he hits that one out towards short. Brennan Neal dives over to the left side, comes up spinning with the throw, and gets him by half a step. And that's one of the reasons he's one of the best around defensively. Great footwork, the dive, the spin, coming up with the rifle arm to first base. Because it's no easy feat to get Wilkinson out, who's a running quarterback for the football team at Calvary. So a great throw there by Brennan Neal to get the out. And it's a big out as we go back to the top of the order for Calvary. With Nate Osborne at the plate now, he's 0 for 2. Grounded out to second, struck out looking in the second. And he'll take the first one a little bit low and outside to make it 1-0. Again, bases clear, 1 down. And that one hit right back to Lowry, and he stabs it. Tyler Matzik 2.0. So 2 web gems here in the fourth inning by the Brookstone Cougars. And we've got 2 down, with Trip Ellison coming up to the plate. So Brookstone flashing the leather here in the top half of the fourth. And the center fielder for the Knights up here now 1 for 2 with a double in the first and a ground out to first in the second. And he'll watch the first one cross a little bit high to make it 1-0. A little bit of groaning in the stands today as we got a little bit of a different strike zone. This umpire likes it below the letters, closer to the belt, and that's where that one was, on the inside corner. That'll even it up 1-1. First 2 games we saw a little bit of a bigger strike zone from letters to the knees, but today it's staying around belt high. Anything above that, he's not going to call it. And that one lands outside off the plate, and it's now 2-1. And Ellison, 2-1 pitch from Lowry outside, and it's now 3-1, a hitter's count. Ellison, probably one of the scarier base runners for Calvary out there on the base paths, as he's got the speed to be able to swipe second and third and really put pressure on the defense, but he'll line that one, a little bit of a soft liner out to first. And Luke Vale will come up with that one for the third out, and for the first time today, Calvary goes 3 up, 3 down. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's still 3-2 in favor of the Knights here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Trucks and more trucks. Check them all out at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Truck Month means huge selection and savings on all GMC 1500s and 2500 HDs. Just look at the selection with great finance rates from 2.9%. Plus giant discounts on GMC Canyon Elevation, AT4s, and Denali's.
We've got your new ride ready to roll here at Glenn Smith.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Listen up. This isn't some fast food nonsense. Our kitchen runs full tilt because shortcuts, not our thing. Those jar desserts, made by hand. Our cayenne ranch doesn't make itself. Our tenders are real tenderloin. Not like the other guys. Nope. We put the work in early. We brine. We buttermilk. We hand bread. Our cooked-to-order tenderloins rule the roost. It's real. Handmade.
And welcome back, everybody. It's still the NAI G2 game of the week here at A. Ilges Field at Brookstone High School. It's game 3 of the series. Winner goes to the semifinals in the GIAA to take on Stratford Academy. And Braylon Frierson coming into the ball game in relief for the Knights through a couple of innings yesterday in the win. After the starter by Braxton Wilkinson for Calvary went 3 innings, giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Did what he was supposed to do, kept Calvary in the ball game as he comes out with the lead. And Frierson on the bump now, 5, 6, 7, due up for the Cougars. That one's chopped out towards third, charging in is Reed. The throw over to first going to be in time with the stretch by Liam Hocutt. As he's shown off the legs here today. It helps when you're a 6'5" first baseman that can lean out and get to the ball, and he's done that a few times today. We've seen him make a couple of Freddie Freeman stretches where he pretty much did a full 100% split in this series. And it's a big first out there on the ground ball by Luke Lowry, and now Luke Vale to come to the plate, who had the double down the line in the second inning. Came around to score the tying run at that point to make it 2-2. So he's 1 for 1. And Frierson behind 1-0. And he's going to hit him on the shoulder blade that time. A little bit too far inside goes Frierson. And Vale will reach for the second time today. And that'll bring up Mitchum Kelly. the second baseman, hitting out of the 7-hole tonight. Had an RBI base hit in the second that drove in the first run of the ball game for the Cougars. Also stole a base, ended up being left stranded at third in that inning, but started the little bit of a comeback in the bottom half of the second for Brookstone as he looks to try to continue this inning here. Vale over at first base, Kelly at the plate, one down here in the bottom of the fourth. Breaking ball, doesn't break, stays outside, and it's 1-0. If Frierson is able to keep control over the strike zone, he can be a dominant pitcher at the high school level. A little bit high that time, but Kelly chases it and tips it back to the wall to even the count 1-1. Stepping out of the box here, Kennedy getting the ball to the umpire as he checks it for damage after it hit off the bat, off the concrete, back out onto the grass. And we'll get a 1-1 pitch here. Frierson from the stretch has a great pickoff move. And he's going to jam him, but it's going to be strong enough to land out in right center field by Kelly. Osborne comes up with it, makes a throw, cut off by Carter at short. And that's going to put runners at the corners. And Mitchum Kelly goes to 2 for 2 in the ball game. And we've now got runners at the corners for the Cougars with 8. The number 8 batter, Dylan Johnson, coming up, the designated hitter. Tied the ball game in the second to make it 2-2 at that point with a sacrifice fly that drove Luke Vale in. And Luke Vale at third base again here. So similar situation as before. Just one down here in the inning as we got time out on the infield as Kennedy and the rest of the infield meet up with Braylon Frierson as they look to have the communication on point, being that runners at the corners with one down. Looks like Brookstone going with a pinch hitter after Dylan Johnson. We see Nick Hatchell warming up in the on-deck circle. He might be pinch hitting for Jake Griffin in the next at-bat. And everybody back to their respective positions now as we get ready to proceed. And Frierson set from the stretch with the first pitch to Johnson. Pickoff move over to first, a little bit of a get-me-over throw. And Mitchum Kelly back easily. Swing and a miss by Johnson, and he's behind 0-1. You see Coach Mathis making a signal there to make sure he's got the communication to Mitchum Kelly over at first. And the 0-1 pitch from Braylon Frierson to Dylan Johnson. Pickoff move over to first. He's going to get him. The pickoff, I told you earlier, Frierson has a great move over to first, and he does it again in Max Fried style. And there's now 2 down in the inning for the Brookstone Cougars. As we've seen that numerous times throughout the playoffs and towards the end of the regular season. Frierson with that move to first base. We saw him pick off 3 runners in 1 inning a few games ago. And he does it again to Mitchum Kelly here. So now you've got Luke Vale over at third. Dylan Johnson at the plate, down 0-1. Takes a hack at that one, hits it off the screen, and now he's in the hole 0-2. I don't believe that pickoff move could have come at a better time if you're Braylon Frierson, as now you can really focus in on Dylan Johnson at the plate. And he's ahead of it 0-2 here. Back to the windup is Frierson. Breaking ball. Stays high. A little bit of a waste pitch that time. No chase by Johnson. And it's a 1-2 count. Inside as he got out of the way of that one, but good stop by Jackson Kennedy behind the plate. And that evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 2 down and a runner at third. Big pitch right here for Frierson to Dylan Johnson. Base hit could tie this ball game up for the Cougars. And that one stays high, doesn't drop into the zone. And that'll run the count full here on the designated hitter. So payoff pitch now for Frierson to Dylan Johnson. He was ahead of the count 0-2. Now he's worked it full. Swing hack off the screen. And Dylan Johnson spoils a good pitch to stay alive and keep it a 3-2 count. Again, Nick Hatchell in the on-deck circle. Looks to be pinch hitting for Jake Griffin. If Dylan Johnson can reach base here in the bottom of the 4th. Breaking ball, hit out towards third. It's going to get past the diving attempt of Brady Reed, and a tie ball game as Dylan Johnson, for the second time today, ties the ball game up with a sac fly in the second and now an RBI base hit in the 4th. And he'll reach base now. It'll be a runner at first with 2 down. And now Nick Hatchell coming to the plate for the Cougars in place of Jake Griffin to pinch hit here in the 4th inning. First pitch to Hatchell. Nubbed up the middle. Charging in for it is Smith. Goes to first base. It's going to be just wide. And it pulls Hokut off the bag. And he wasn't able to get the foot down in time to get Hatchell at first. And it looks like Coach Smith is going to make his way out there to talk to the umpire to see what he saw there. As it looks like, I couldn't tell from here whether Hokut got the foot down in time or not. But he did leave the bag temporarily to get the high throw from Jay Smith. So now with 2 on and 2 outs. And we'll have runners at second base and first now as Dylan Johnson makes his way up there. Now Nick Hatchell over at first. We're going to get a little bit of a conversation here. Steve Smith wants the base umpire to have a conversation with the home plate umpire, see if maybe something changes here. As they convene near the first base line. Again, trying to see if maybe Hokut came down on the bag before Hatchell reached the base. He did leave the bag temporarily. And that's going to call stands. So Nick Hatchell reaches first on the E4, the throwing error by Jay Smith. So that puts 2 on now with 2 outs. So 2 on, 2 down here in the 4th as we've had the last 4 Brookstone Cougars have reached base via the hit by pitch, 2 base hits, and now an E4. It's all knotted up at 3 with the top of the order back up with Gray Jones at the plate. First pitch low and inside for a ball from Frierson, and it's 1-0. So you got Mitchum Kelly at second base. I'm sorry, Dylan Johnson at second base. And Jake Griffin came back in to run for Nick Hatchell over at first. Nubbed out to first base. It's going to be just foul. It looked like it started to spin inside fair and then kind of kicked back foul again before Hokut put a glove on it. And it's now a 1-1 count to the Brookstone catcher. Again, we're all knotted up here in the bottom of the 4th. 3-3 ball game. 2 on, 2 outs. Nubbed off the handle that time over towards the first base dugout, foul. And Frierson ahead of the count, 1-2. Big pitch right here to try to get out of this one and try to stop the bleeding. As Dylan Johnson out at second base, by far the offensive MVP of the ball game for Brookstone, as he's tied the ball game twice already. And a step off by Frierson. Low in the dirt, good stop by Kennedy. And the base runners stay put. Again, good play behind the plate. Jackson Kennedy showing off that defensive prowess all year long, being able to stop balls in the dirt, keeping runners from advancing. You see Jay Smith making his way in to have a conversation with Frierson. And they're going to tell him to go back to his position. Not sure what the stoppage was for in the first place, as nobody else is going to the mound. And you see Smith kind of playing more up the middle over at second base, expecting the pull by Gray Jones. And he makes his way back. Hit out towards left field, charging in forward is Hilton. Hilton comes up with it, throwing to home. Coming in, it's going to be a close play at the plate. It's going to slide in safely. Is Dylan Johnson for the lead for Brookstone, and another RBI base hit. This time off the bat of Gray Jones to give Brookstone the lead 4-3. So 4-3 Cougars now, still runners at first and second, as Jake Griffin got his way into scoring position here. Big RBI base hit by the catcher. And he's relieved on the base pass by the courtesy runner. That's going to be Kite Wilson on base now for Gray Jones. And that'll bring Brennan Neal to the plate. Neal 0 for 1 in the ball game. He flew out to right in the first and walked and was stranded at third in the third. Four 4-3 ball game. Cougars with the lead now. First pitch from Frierson in the dirt. 1-0. Fouled back to the screen to even things up. 1 ball, 1 strike on the Brookstone shortstop. Frierson trying desperately to get out of this inning. And a tough task with Brennan Neal at the plate. High, ball 2, and it's a 2-1 count. Being out here with this atmosphere, if you want to say this is not a rivalry, you're lying to yourself and everybody else. Cowbells ringing, people yelling and jeering. Standing and yelling at every pitch. Kind of waiting with bated breath every throw. Hit out towards center field, charging in forward is Ellison. That's going to drop for another base hit, coming in to score to make it 5-3 is Jake Griffin. And an RBI base hit by Brennan Neal on one that just drops in front of the Calvary center fielder. And that's 6 consecutive Brookstone Cougars to reach base. And Coach Smith makes his way out to the mound, and he's going to relieve Frierson to bring Brady Reed onto the mound. So we'll see a pitching change for the Calvary Knights, it looks like, as he continues his conversation with the lefty junior. And he'll make his way to the dugout now. You see a little bit upset, a little dejected, but a tough task nonetheless for the young man, as you'll see Sam Hilton making his way out to third. Brady Reed heading to the mound, and we got a pitching change here at Brookstone. As you see the crowd getting into it here. A 5-3 ball game. They've scored 3 here in the bottom of the fourth to take the lead. Again, winner of this game goes to take on Stratford. Brookstone gets the win. They get to host. If Calvary can come back and take the lead and get the win here, they'll go on the road to Macon. While Brady Reed gets ready to warm up here, we'll take a break. It's 5-3 Brookstone here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. Costello, car wreck. Car wreck, Costello.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
And welcome back, everybody. Pitch and change in places. Brady Reed comes in for Frierson. Frierson got 2 down and was unable to do anything from there as the last 6 Brookstone Cougars have reached base. And Jake Lowry stepping up to the plate here, the third baseman. Started the game on the mound for Brookstone. He's 0 for 2, grounded out to third and flew out to center. After that last base hit by Brendan Neal that dropped in front of Ellison. There's 3 runs here in the bottom of the fourth to give Brookstone a 5-3 lead. Breaking ball. They're going to say it hit Jake Lowry on the sleeve to load the bases. And you see Coach Smith making his way out to the plate now as he's like, so you're being told by the – I can see like right now it's going to be one of those things where you're being told by the base hitter what happened at the plate rather than making the call yourself. As Lowry went on to first before the umpire. He took about another 4 or 5 seconds to make the call, to call the dead ball, and that loads the bases now with 2 outs. Harrison Baker at the plate as Brookstone's bat of the round here in the fourth. First pitch swung at, fouled out of play by the left fielder, and it's an 0-1 count. Swing and foul tipped into the glove of Kennedy. And Baker's in the hole now, 0-2. Baker 1 for 2 in the ball game. He had that base hit that led off the second, scored the first run for the Cougars in the ball game, and he popped up to third to end the third. Swung, hit out towards left field. That's going to drop. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. And Brookstone has opened things up here in the fourth inning to make it a 7-3 ball game. And for the second time this inning, Luke Lowry a step to the plate. He led things off with a ground out to third. And ever since then, Brookstone Nobody's been thrown out trying to get to the bag. The only out outside of the leadoff ground out by Lowry was a pickoff to first base that got Mitchum Kelly by Braylon Frierson. Seven to 3 now, Brookstone, as they've plated 5 runs here in the fourth. Reed throws it to Lowry, and Lowry hits it out of play, and now he's in the hole 0-2. Same scenario as Baker the last at-bat, and Baker was able to put one out in the left field for an RBI, or 2 RBIs with the base hit to extend this Cougar lead. So let's see if Reed comes after him here, tries to get a waste pitch and try to see if he can get the chase, and that time comes right over the plate and fouled off again, and it's still 0-2. In the dirt, stopped by Kennedy as he pounces on it. And that'll keep Jake Lowry over at second base. And it's now 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Brookstone pitcher. Started the game at third, came in relief. In the third inning. Hit up in the air. Going back forward is Jay Smith, calling everybody off, makes the grab in the short grass, but not before. Brookstone puts 5 on the board on 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We'll head to the 5th inning. It's 7-3 Brookstone here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid. I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
And welcome back, everybody. It's the top of the 5th on the NAIG2 game of the week at A. Ilgis Field. It's the quarterfinals. The winner of this game going to the semis to take on Stratford Academy. And right now, Brookstone with the 7-3 lead. First pitch to Jackson Kennedy is going to hit across the jersey. And a hit by pitch to start things off. And Jackson Samra will come in to courtesy run for the catcher for Calvary. And William Hilton, the left fielder, coming up to the plate. 0 for 1 in the ball game. Reached on an E3 in the first. Walked and scored in the third. As Calvary looking to have a big inning here. Brookstone plating 5 in the bottom of the 4th to take the 7-3 lead. Came in down 3-2. Now with the lead here, trying to hold on to it with Luke Lowry on the mound. Throw over to first, not in time as Samra dives back safely. And it's a 1-0 count to the Calvary left fielder, William Hilton. Leading hitter on the ball club. He's batting over 400 for the season. See if he can try to extend the inning here with nobody out. Hit out towards center field. Getting under it is Griffin. Makes the play for the first out of the inning. And now there's 1-on-1 down here in the 5th with Liam Hokut looking to step to the plate. Hokut 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out swinging in the 1st. Walked and was stranded at 3rd in the 3rd. And a little bit of a defensive swing that time, not able to come around. Ball doesn't meet bat that time, and it's 0-1. So far through 4 innings, Calvary with 3 runs on 3 hits, with 5 left on base and 1 error defensively. Brookstone, 7 runs on 8 hits. They've stranded 4 and committed 2 errors out on the field. So that one hits Hokut to put 2 on base now with 1 out. So we'll have runners at first and second, both of them reaching via the hit by pitch. With the designated hitter Liam Anderson stepping up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out to second. Reached on an infield hit that was backhanded by Brendan Neal, but really no play to be made as it was kind of a slow roller into the 5-6 hole. Nobody being held on base now as you see Luke Vale behind Hokut over at first. And that one stays inside as well. Another hit by pitch by Luke Lowry here in the 5th to load him up. So bases are loaded now with 1 out in the 5th inning, and Lowry has hit everybody on base. 3 hit batters here in the 5th. And we're going to get a timeout on the mound. Here's the pitching coach, makes his way out, just kind of telling them, look, focus. We're up 4. It's late in the ball game. You've already got an out. Now you've got Brady Reed stepping up to the plate. Reed, without an official at bat and 2 appearances at the plate so far today. Led off the 2nd inning with a walk, came around to score the first run of the ball game for the Knights. Then in the 3rd came up with a sacrifice fly that gave them the 3-2 lead at that point in the game. Now with the bases loaded. Hits one out to 3rd. Jake Lowry comes up with it, or Luke Lowry, and Jake Lowry throws it high over Gray Jones for a run, and that's going to keep the bases loaded to make it 7-4 on the E5. So now still 1 out, bases loaded for Jace Smith. 1 for 2 in the ball game. He had a base hit out to left and scored a run and grounded out to the pitcher to end the 3rd inning. Looks like Reed's going to come out. Let's see, I believe that's going to be Bo Reese on the base pass for Calvary in place of Brady Reed. And that one goes inside corner for a strike to the Calvary second baseman for an 0-1 count. Fouled back off the backstop for an 0-2 count. Now Jay Smith is in the hole. Sam Hilton in the on-deck circle, who came into third base when Brady Reed was called in to pitch last inning. High, 1-2 count. Bases loaded for the Knights here, infield in. On the corners, in middle infield at double play depth. Pitch outside by Luke Lowry evens things up 2-2. Crucial part of the ball game here. Who's got the guts? Who's got the ability to be clutch in these situations? It's a 3-run ball game, but the bases are loaded with 1 out. We're late in the 5th. Hit out towards left field. Harrison Baker going back. It's going all the way to the wall and running into the corner. Coming in is Hocutt. Coming in is Anderson to throw to the plate. Not in time. And a 2-run RBI double by Jay Smith. He was behind in the count, 0-2. Worked it to a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Pokes one into left field over the head of Harrison Baker all the way to the wall. And it's now 7-6. And it's another ball game here, folks, at Brookstone, as they're starting to put the bat on the ball with Luke Lowry on the mound. And now we have Sam Hilton coming to the plate. We'll have runners at second and third. Huge RBI double by Jay Smith. And this ball game ain't over. It's like a game of fencing, like a match going on right now with attack, parry, attack, parry. Nobody can really stay ahead right now as they battle back and forth in this ball game. And Hilton takes the first pitch high from Lowry for a 1-0 count. Again, runners at second and third, just 1 down. A base hit could actually at this point give Calvary the lead back. Who would have thought it after the bottom half of the 4th ended when it was 7-3 at that point. 3 runs already on the board here in the top of the 5th for the Knights. Hit out towards second base. Mitchum Kelly coming up with it to throw home. Not in time. They're going to say he tagged him. Not sure what happened there with the call. You saw the slide. The umpire said he tagged him on the chest. He slid in safe there, but the umpire actually said anytime you tag somebody on the chest, that's an out because they've already hit the bag at that point. But he called him out at the plate. So that's going to be the second out of the game there. 4-2 defensively. And Sam Hilton will reach first base on the fielder's choice. I guess we waited till the 5th, but that's going to be our Gordy Eye Care missed call of the ball game. Not sure what the umpire saw at the plate that time, but everybody else saw something different. I don't care if you're a Brookstone fan. You know what happened on that one, even though it was in your favor. Popped up in the infield. Coming in forward is Neal in the short grass for the catch. And that'll end the 5th inning, but not before Calvary makes it a ball game again. They score 3 runs on 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on base. We head to the bottom half of the 5th. It's 7-6 Brookstone on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at mycostelolawfirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
At Jack Houston Memorial Hospital, our focus is you. Even though we performed more than 1,300 joint replacements last year, we treat you like you are our only patient. Your surgeon explains your joint replacement, so nothing is a surprise. Our team knows your treatment plan, and we work together to get you back on your feet again. That's why our hospital is recognized year after year as a leader in patient satisfaction and quality of care. Jack Houston Memorial Hospital. Excellence, always.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
And we're back here. It's the bottom of the fifth in what's become an exciting back and forth ball game. Little bit of contention after that last inning where it could be a tie ball game at this point, but nonetheless, 7-6. Brookstone leads 3 runs in that inning on the one hit by Calvary. And a little bit of upsetness going on the night side, and you can't really blame them. I'm non-biased. We all saw what happened on that last play, but nonetheless, baseball's baseball. You can't leave it up to the umpire, just like in any sport. So now it's 7-6 and a 2-0 count to Luke Vale. Vale to lead off here in the fifth inning. We've got 6, 7, 8 due up for the Brookstone Cougars. Vale's 1 for 1 in the ball game. He scored 2 runs, got a base hit and a hit by pitch. And that one high again, 3-0 off the arm of Brady Reed. Actually, Vale had that big double down the left field line. Came around to score later in the inning. And that one's going to cross around the belt just below the letters. 3-1 count to the Brookstone first baseman. Big inning right here for either side. Brookstone wanting to get some insurance runs late in the ball game. Calvary trying to get a shutdown inning after plating 3 in the top half. And after running it to a 3-1 count, he's going to walk him on 5 pitches. And that'll bring Mitchum Kelly to the plate. Kelly, perfect at the plate so far. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI, stolen base in the ball game as well. Was picked off his last time on base. But a big RBI to put Brookstone on the board in the second inning. Was a part of that big inning last inning where they ended up scoring 5 runs in the bottom half of the fourth. And a throw to first, not in time as Vale gets back safely. So from the stretch, Brady Reed to Mitchum Kelly. Breaking ball out in front of that one, and it's 0-1. 1 on, nobody out here in the bottom half of the fifth. Mitchum Kelly, Dylan Johnson on deck. Throw to first. Not in time again as Vale dives back safely. Still no balls, 1 strike to the Brookstone second baseman, Mitchum Kelly. Squaring around a bunt is Kelly. It's going to go over the head for a ball. And that'll even the count 1-1. Kind of dives out of the way of that one as it was going, sailing around his head when he squared around a bunt. See Sam Hilton playing in on the grass over at third base, expecting Kelly to square around again. That one's going to get hit foul into territory to see if it stays in play for Hokut. Goes over the outside fence. Out of play to make it a 1-2 count. So 2 strikes now on Mitchum Kelly. 1-2 count. I'm not sure where the second ball came from that he's trying to hold up there. We've got 1 ball, 2 strikes. But umpire, I guess, added a pitch somewhere in there. I'm not sure where he's at part of this ball game, but that's a couple of errors so far by him. But swing and a miss by Mitchum Kelly for the strikeout. 1 down now here in the 5th inning for Dylan Johnson. As a designated hitter has been huge for Brookstone today. Haven't seen a whole lot of playing time, but designated hitter today. Had a big RBI sac fly in the 2nd, an RBI base hit in the 4th, and a run scored. So big day so far for the designated hitter for Brookstone, Dylan Johnson. Hits that one out towards center field. Going back forward is Ellison. Camps under it, makes the grab, and he'll toss it into Cam Carter for the 2nd out of the inning. Now that'll bring up the center fielder and sophomore for Brookstone, Jake Griffin. 0 for 1 in the ball game. He struck out in the 2nd. Nick Hatchell pinch hit for him in the 4th, and now Jake Griffin back in here in the bottom half of the 5th. 1 on, 2 down for the Brookstone Cougars. 7-6 ball game to see who goes on to the semifinals. Popped foul out of play over the third base dugout towards the tennis courts. Almost a scary situation there as a couple of kids were taking photographs and didn't see the ball coming down, but luckily it didn't hit anybody. And now an 0-1 count to Jake Griffin. Brady Reed on the mound for Calvary. In the dirt, gets by Jackson Kennedy to the backstop for a wild pitch. And that'll move Luke Vale up to second base in scoring position. So a base hit could possibly bring in an insurance run for Brookstone here in the 5th. In a 7-6 ball game. 1-1 count to Jake Griffin. Pops one up in the air. Cam Carter going back in the grass. Waves everybody off, makes the grab for the out. And Brookstone gets no runs on no hits, leaves 1 on base via the walk. We'll head to the 6th inning. Still 7-6 Brookstone here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Trip Ellison will lead it off. What an eventful last inning for Calvary. And the inning before that, Brookstone. It's 7-6. This game has lived up to the hype. As Ellison is 1 for 3. Make that now 2 for 4. And 7 of his last 10. He's batting .700 these last 2 games. Jackson Kennedy will come up. You got to think Luke is starting to get up there. He had 55 pitches left in this series when he came into this game. And that one's popped up right in the air. You would like Kennedy to hit that anywhere but that for out 1. William Hilton will come up to bat. He's walked, scored, and he's 0 for 2. Hilton watches that one low, ball 1. Calvary scored 3 last inning, and a questionable call at the plate. Could have been 4. Time has been called. One and one. Lowry, Hilton, and that one's hit high, deep, on the run to the warning track and catching it. Is the right fielder, Hudson Kuhn. And that will be out number 2. Here comes Liam Hocutt. Throw down, and that is an excellent base running. That's going to turn into 2. Throw to third, not in time, and how about that? Trip Ellison. Has Liam Hocutt prime position to tie this game. Tripp needs a breather. Hot today. One and 0. Count to Liam Hocutt. Hocutt off the bat, foul. Check swing. Liam has walked, hit by a pitch, and struck out today. He's 0 for 1. He scored a run last inning. One. Outside, 2-1. Liam Anderson on deck. 2-1. Hoka again check swings, and now it's 2-2. Two and two. The third check swing, this at bat for Liam, is again fouled. Two. Guess what he did on that time? Another check swing. It seems like the ball is just attracted to that bat. Because every time he check swings, somehow the ball hits it. 2-2 again. Anticipation setting here. And popped up. And that will be out number 3. Trip Ellison left stranded at third. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Trucks and more trucks. Check them all out at Glenn Smith and Opelika.
Truck Month means huge selection and savings on all GMC 1500s and 2500 HDs. Just look at the selection with great finance rates from 2.9%. Plus giant discounts on GMC Canyon Elevation, AT4s, and Denali's.
We've got your new ride ready to roll here at Glenn Smith.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.
Thrift 3-game series.
Baker pops it up. Baker. 0-1, and that one is going to be hit foul. 0-2, one down here in the bottom of the 6th. Brookstone and Calvary. Man, has this game lived up to the hype. It has been a lot of fun all 3 days. A pitcher's duel in game 1. Game 2, no one could score. And game 3, runs finally coming in, and it's 8-6. Baker pops it up. Big Rich, what's your thoughts on the series so far? Let me hear what you got. What do you got?
Well, Thrift, you want my humble opinion? This may be the greatest series that we've ever broadcast on Georgia Alabama Sports Live history.
Wow. You've been there for all of them. You would know, Rich.
I have not been there for all of them. I've watched all of them, and they've been fascinating games.
And Baker almost takes one off the chin there. 1-2. One and two. In the dirt, 2-2.
By the way, Thrift, this is the most fans I've ever seen at a Brookstone baseball game. Was it like this Thursday and Friday?
No, this is the most packed it's been. Obviously, Saturday, people are off work, but it was crowded. And man, oh, man. Wow, oh, wow. Fouled that.
It is so packed here, Thrift. They are watching this game from the press box at the softball field.
What do you got, Rich?
Well, I got Calvary. They need to pull a double play here. They only need to just give up the 1 run going into the 7th.
Reed. That one's hit. Right past Cam Carter. And the runners will be on first and second with 1 down. Baker now 3 for 4. How about his performance today? Up the bat now, Luke Lowry. And Luke is 0 for 3, on the day. Lowry. Popped up. Infield fly rule. Hocutt will catch it anyway, and 2 are down. And Luke Bell, who was hit by a pitch, has a base hit. He scored 2 runs, and he's 1 for 1 because he walked last at bat too. They have not been able to get him out, Rich.
That was a big out by Calvary because now there's a force at any base. If they could go into the 7th with only giving up the 1 run, it gives them a chance to try to put some runs up in that 7th inning. This has been a great back and forth game by 2 rivals.
And that in the dirt. So 1-0. For Calvary, coming up leading off will be Anderson. Liam Anderson and Brady Reed. That one popped up in the air. And Hocutt's trying to get under it. Can he find it? No one communicates. The ball's fair. A run's going to score. And it's 9-6.
That was some miscommunication. The right fielder needs to charge in on that. It was a little too out of Liam Hocutt's reach. And it just hit on the line. I mean, sometimes the ball bounces that way.
2 massive runs come across the plate. Neal with a home run. And right there, Jake Lowry with another run.
Biggest concern I have, Thrift, Brendan Neal has thrown a lot of pitches. I'm not sure if he's at his max.
Rich,
does he come in?
Have you been watching this broadcast?
I have. He's at his max, yes.
We said that in
yes,
the very
we
beginning.
did. Okay.
Thank you, Rich.
I have been watching, just not every inning.
Well, we hope. Kelly pops it foul.
Well, I appreciate you, Thrift, keeping me honest.
Well, got to, Rich.
I've enjoyed working with you for the last 3+ years, almost 4 years now.
We keep grinding, Rich. Rich got a big night tonight because guess what? Columbus United home opener at Memorial. It's going to be a packed house at the Civic Center.
It's coming.
Graduation, United, and the Clingstones. So good luck down there in the traffic.
Oh, yeah. Got to get a parking spot.
And there's strike 2. 2 down here, but Brookstone has put some insurance runs on the board. Runner takes off. Brady Reed didn't even know he had gone. Reed, a little slap shot there by Mitchum Kelly. Still 1-2. Brookstone seniors have graduation night tonight. Congratulations to all those Calvary seniors that walked across the stage last night. Brookstone even had baccalaureate this morning, just like Calvary did yesterday morning. It's been a long week for both of these teams. Remember, Calvary had to play a Game 3 on Monday.
Yeah, this is a long series.
And strike 3, a big strikeout by Reed. Brookstone does put 2 more on the board. Neal takes it out of the ballpark. And then an error that led to another one. It's 9-6. We're heading to the 7th. Calvary's got 3 outs to try to tie it here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet.
Truck Month is now at Glenn Smith in Opelika. We've got fresh new Silverado 1500s and 2500 HDs arriving daily. Plus, you'll get 0% financing on Silverado 1500s right now. Drive Chevy Equinox models from 3.9 financing. But wait, that's not all.
Enjoy no payments for 90 days.
Check us out 24/7 at glennsmith.com.
Get ready to smile.
Life's a cruise, that's the move.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at mycostelolawfirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
Welcome back, everyone. Liam Anderson is going to lead it off here for Behringer and Big Rich. Liam is 1 for 2. He scored a run last time he was up in the 5th. It was hit by a pitch, and part of that 3-run fifth inning for Calvary that made it 7-6. It's now 9-6. Luke finally gets one in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Got to take it one at bat at a time. Liam Anderson's just got to be patient here at the plate.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 to Anderson. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A big strikeout there by Luke Lowry.
He chased at one that was outside of the strike zone, but hopefully Calvary can regroup after that first out.
So I think Luke Bell's about to come in. Lowry's got about 4 pitches left. From what I saw from Coach Greg Mathis, he put up the 4 sign. And that one's going to be lined into center field right. To him for out number 2. Jake Griffin, and now Calvary down to their final out. Jay Smith up the bat. That was Brady Reed.
I like this move. Coach Mathis is going to let him try to finish this game. I think that at bat was huge. He only had to throw 1 pitch to get the out.
That one hit to Neal. Neal throw to first in time. And Brookstone is going to hold on to win a fantastic game. An excellent series. Lived up to the hype, but the Knights come up short. As Brookstone will head to the semifinals. The Cougars trying to go for a three-peat. Both these teams made the city proud. Everyone out there should have been excited. I was super proud of both of Coach Steve Smith and Coach Greg Mathis. This was a fantastic played game. And what a season for Calvary to start 2-10 and 1-6, Richard. To be 20 wins, get Steve Smith his 300th, and to take the defending 2-time state champion to the brink. What a year, what a ride for Calvary. But it comes up short.
They absolutely took the 2-time defending champions to the brink. An absolute incredible series. Nothing to be discouraged about Calvary. They will be back. They are a fantastic ball club, one of the tops in the GIAA. This was just an incredible series between these two rivals here in Columbus.
And that will put a wrap. Cougars will win the series 2-1, and they will host Stratford next week in the semifinals, Richard, and it's going to be a good one. Berryville and Stratford, the number 3 seed, will come in here after sweeping Bethlehem Christian to take on the Cougars.
Yeah, you're going to have a team that's well-rested going up against a team that played in a long series. They're going to have plenty of time because that first game's not going to be until Friday, but I'm really interested to see this matchup between Brookstone and Stratford. Stratford was the number 2 seed all year, according to the rankings, and Brookstone was able to leapfrog them. I'm really excited about this series coming up. It's going to be a battle between 2 outstanding baseball teams.
Well, thank y'all so much for watching. Guess what? We'll be live tonight from Columbus United and also Calvary Soccer.
Here we go.
We'll have our guy Tyler Dykes, who will be on the call for that. Cannot wait. Should be a ton of fun with Matt Melton and Calvary trying to head to take on Pacelli, who has to play next week.
Yeah, next week.
But that puts a wrap on it. We'll see y'all next time on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
To get your case started, do yourself a favor and visit us at MikeCostelloLawFirm.com. 24/7, nights and weekends, 365 days a year, and we only collect if you get paid.
Whether you're building your business or finding your dream home, G2 Real Estate is with you every step of the way. Commercial or residential, our mission is the same, turning your vision into reality. With experience, insight, and a commitment to your success, we're more than brokers, we're your partners. G2 Real Estate, building futures one property at a time.